Getting struck by lightning once sounds like the kind of freak accident the universe would never repeat. But one man reportedly survived 7 separate lightning strikes during his lifetime. So, was he impossibly unlucky? Or are lightning strikes far less random than we think? For most of us, lightning feels like a giant lottery in the sky. A storm rolls in, millions of people are underneath it, and somehow one unlucky person gets picked. But that picture hides something important. Not everyone buys the same number of tickets. Your chance of being struck depends heavily on where you live. It depends on what you do. It depends on how much time you spend outside. And it depends on what you do when storms arrive. Think of it like getting sunburned. 2 people can live in the same city, but the one who spends every afternoon outside has a completely different risk. Lightning works in a surprisingly similar way. First, lightning doesn't search for people. During a thunderstorm, electrical charge builds. The difference between cloud and ground becomes enormous. Then, a discharge finds a path through the air. You're not being chosen like a target in a video game. You can simply become part of the path, and that path depends heavily on your surroundings. That changes how we should think about lightning completely. Being out in an exposed field can make a storm far more dangerous. Standing near an isolated tall object can increase danger. Being on water can put you in a vulnerable position. So, the first big discovery is simple. Your location can matter more than your luck. Now imagine 2 people living through 30 years of thunderstorms. One works inside an office. That person usually reaches shelter before storms arrive. The other spends thousands of hours outdoors, maybe in mountains, forests, fields, lakes, or other exposed places. Are those 2 people really playing the same odds? Of course not. It's like comparing someone who drives once a month with a taxi driver, then asking why the taxi driver experiences more close calls. The road isn't secretly chasing the driver. The driver simply spends far more time where accidents can happen. And that brings us to Roy Sullivan. He was a park ranger in Virginia's Shenandoah National Park. His story sounds almost impossible. Guinness World Records recognizes Sullivan as having survived 7 lightning strikes. The recorded incidents stretched from 1942 to 1977. 7 strikes sound impossible, until you notice where much of his life took place. He worked outdoors. He worked in mountainous country. His job repeatedly exposed him to weather. That repeated exposure is the detail that changes everything. The strikes reportedly happened in very different situations. Some happened near a lookout tower. Others happened in or around a vehicle. Some occurred near buildings. Others happened while he was patrolling. One reportedly happened while he was fishing. And that difference matters. There wasn't one magical spot on Sullivan's body attracting electricity. The repeated ingredient was exposure. Storm after storm, year after year. Here's the surprising fact that changes the story. Surviving a lightning strike does not make you immune to another one. Your body doesn't earn an invisible badge that says already struck. The atmosphere doesn't remember that it hit you before. Every new storm creates a new situation. Nature does not keep score. Think about rolling a die. If you roll a 6, the die doesn't remove 6 from the next roll. It doesn't care what happened before. Lightning is vastly more complicated than dice. But the key idea survives. Yesterday's strike doesn't automatically protect you from tomorrow's storm. If the dangerous conditions return, the risk returns with them. There's another twist. Broad population statistics can make lightning look almost impossibly rare. In the United States, the annual chance of being struck is roughly 1 in 1.2 million. The estimated lifetime risk is around 1 in 15,300. But those are population averages. They are not personalized predictions. And that distinction is much bigger than it sounds. Imagine saying the average person rarely gets tackled on a football field. That statement could be perfectly true, but it would be almost useless for predicting what happens to a professional linebacker. Average lightning risk works the same way, and that leads us straight to the reveal. The reason some people can get struck repeatedly isn't that lightning develops a strange attraction to them. It's something much simpler. Risk clusters around behavior, location, weather, and repeated exposure. Put the same person in dangerous lightning conditions again and again, and the chance of another strike stays very real. Surviving once doesn't reset your lifetime risk to 0. Getting struck once doesn't mean nature has used up your bad luck. Roy Sullivan's 7 recorded strikes look almost supernatural, but only if we imagine every human standing under the same giant roulette wheel. Once we account for exposure, the mystery starts looking much more human. Some people simply spend far more time in situations where rare events can happen, and that idea reaches far beyond lightning. Rare events often cluster. People do not experience the world equally. Some jobs create more exposure. Some places create more risk. Some habits create more opportunities. Some environments repeatedly place people near the supposedly impossible. So, what other 1 in a million events might actually be hiding wildly unequal odds? That's the mind-bending part. Probability can describe a population beautifully, yet it can describe one particular person terribly. The average tells us what usually happens across millions of lives, but your own life depends on where you repeatedly place yourself. Sometimes the strangest statistics are really stories about exposure, and once you see that, a lot of impossible coincidences start looking different. So, the secret of getting struck by lightning 7 times isn't that lightning remembers you. It's that chance keeps getting another opportunity whenever the conditions repeat. And the next time someone asks what the odds are of something happening twice, maybe the better question is, whose odds are we talking about? Subscribe now, because the next mystery is even stranger.